This is Qiantang River, which watching water high tide in the river with which more than 100 kilometers long rush towards you. It's hard to imagine 12,000 years before the power of this tide created land of tranquil landscape. The peaceful land that evolved named Human Paradise, later to be known as Hangzhou. Hangzhou, what makes her famous around the world, apart from her fantastic natural scenes, is her long history and rich human culture. Now the city is continually showing her vigorous vitality to the whole world. Today we'll take the modern city of Hangzhou as the starting point to seek her historical trace. Then we'll go look around the Westlake scenic spot. After that, we'll go up along the Qiantang River to enjoy a great sight of Fucheng River and Qiangdao Lake. We'll go to the nearby ancient township to explore the tranquility and touch the green on Tianmu Mountain. And finally, we'll go back to Hangzhou. Walking on the street of Song City, you can really experience the prosperity of Hangzhou of ancient time. Hangzhou's history dates back 1,004 years. Song Dynasty was Hangzhou's most prosperous era. Song City is a mimic man-made city. It was constructed according to the Qingming Shanghe II, joined by Zhang Zeduan, the famous artist of Song Dynasty. It makes reappear the various aspects of social life as marketplace, culture, shipping, etc. Hangzhou is the economic and cultural center from ancient time. Today we'll still be amazed at the richness of the commodity in the market, the abundance of Hangzhou common people's life, the scenes of debauchery of Hangzhou, and the playing and singing of every night at that time. However, for Hangzhou, what really brings her the good reputation of heaven on earth are still the mountains and rivers of the West Lake, the history as well as the human culture integrated into the hills and the water. It's during Hangzhou annual rainy season that the picture landscape of the West Lake is at its peak. During the Song Dynasty, the famous poet Su Dongpo compared the West Lake with the most charming lady in China named Xi Shi. Today I can discover the true beauty of Hangzhou. The West Lake is a half man-made lake. For scores of years, people made unceasing efforts to improve this beautiful place. In the West Lake, you can see the superlative craftsmanship of nature, and you can also appreciate the meticulousness and elegance of the carving done by human beings. Here displays a picturesque scenery. Ancient pagodas and small bridges also add a simple and unsophisticated romantic charm to it. It makes people feel like that they're walking in a Chinese ink and wash painting. In fact, given the notability of Hangzhou sceneries, its beauty is not unfamiliar to most people even if they haven't been here before. For people living in Hangzhou, when their work is over, the best place to go with their family, friends and lover to take a walk is the West Lake. This is a very common bridge. However, it is also a very famous bridge, for it has a moving love story. A local legend tells of the romance between a scholar and a snake that transformed into a charming young girl. Their relationship was unfortunately opposed by the god. They underwent much hardship. With their friend's help, they finally got together. The story is as well known as Romeo and Juliet in the Western countries. It is said the scholar named Xu Xian and the girl named Bai Niangzhi just fell in love to each other with the first sight right here. Chinese people believe in Buddhism. That is why you can see the trace of Buddhism culture everywhere in Hangzhou. The towers in the water and the temples in the mountains can serve as the evidence. Tower is originally a place to keep scriptures. In China, it has a function to counteract evil force. People believe that towers built here in the shore can bless and protect safety. In Hangzhou, anywhere with water, you can see towers. These towers of different size have experienced hundreds of years of trials and hardships. They as if have become many stone monuments, serving as the historic proofs, telling you the life philosophy of ancient Hangzhou. The temples in Hangzhou are also of great features. Chinese people are after silence of philosophy, and Hangzhou is a serene place. As a result, you can see many ancient temples like this in the mountains and beside the roads. Dusk drum and dawn bell, along with the rhythmic reciting of scriptures in the temple, traversing in the serene forest, will calm you down. You are as if integrated into the mountains and river and achieve the realm of integration of man and nature. China is well known for its amazing cuisine, and Hangzhou, which has a style all its own. Located beside the West Lake, there is a famous restaurant named Lo Wai Lo. Here you can sample all kinds of Hangzhou specialities while enjoy the scenery provided by West Lake. The food is very delicious. Of course, if you want to sit down calmly to appreciate the elegant mountains and rivers of the West Lake, tea house is your best choice. Hangzhou is rich in dragon well green tea. This is kind of Azimuth green tea. It is fragrant and sweet, and it acts for a particular process of plunking and making. No doubt, the water for tea making and drinking is very important. Hangzhou has two specialities, the West Lake Dragon Well and the Tiger Running Spring. The tea is very tasty if the water from the Tiger Running Spring is applied. It is said that in ancient time, a monk came to Hangzhou. One night, he saw two tigers pulling along a well of water in his dream, and that is how its name came into being. Scholar hero can be seen everywhere along the West Lake. Yuewang Temple, a national hero prosecuted to death. Hu Mountain has ever been a seclusion for poets, and because of them, these charming mountains and rivers are enhanced with their own temperament of human culture. On the Great Zhejiang Canal, merchant ships have gone back and forth unceasingly for several hundred years. They are full of silk and official kin, spreading the diligence and intelligence of Hangzhou far away along the river. Hangzhou silk is very well known. Here, silk raising industry is so well developed that it has produced top-class silk and brocade from a very ancient time. Hangzhou is actually the starting point of the Silk Road at that time. In Hangzhou, you can see many exquisite types of porcelain like these. This is famous official king in Hangzhou, and it's one of the three famous kings in China. In ancient time, official kings served specially for the royal court, but now you can choose freely one or two items to take back home. Apart from silk and official kin, Hangzhou also has many traditional Chinese items. This fan and traditional Chinese medicine and all the other items all indicate the primitive simplicity of the city. If the lower reach of the Chantang River is like a naughty kid, then the upper reach of the river can be described as a sweet and gentle girl. Well, now we are traveling along the river. No doubt you have seen her uninterrupted mountain skirt lap and beautiful tree chignon. This is Fuchun River. Xingye Village, one of the ancient townships of Hangzhou, just like Fuchun River in the great changes and primitive simplicity. Xingye Village too exhibit a unique delicacy and charm which can only be found in the south of the Yangtze River. Dragon is the great totem in China, and dragon boat race is a kind of ritual for the local people to employ for peace and happiness. 1,000 Island Lake is an artificial reservoir that was constructed 50 years ago in order to change living standards. The area gets its name from the 1,078 isles scattered through the reservoir. The drum of the dragon breaks the silence across the Chendao Lake, while Chendao Lake in infrequent noisiness also has a chance to neaten its indolent appearance. Tianmu Mountain is the last stop of our trip. Come back from Chendao Lake and climb up the Tianmu Mountain, which is famed as the king of plants. A special feeling will make you excited. The meaning of Tianmu is the eye of God. You can see heaven from here and the continual prosperity of the world. Tianmu Mountain has very unique fog, which covers the mountains for about 200 days in a year. Appreciating the mountain scenes in the haziness, you will have the illusion of wandering in a fairyland. The surrounding landscape and numerous parks gives Hangzhou a fresh air feeling that is hard to find. Combining this with its age-old history and civilization gives Hangzhou the natural beauty that can be found all over Hangzhou. I believe that it too has a fear of God eyes. It can see yesterday's glory as well as the more astonishing wonders of tomorrow.